Today I have a nice chill video coming back to this old art journal that I used to keep in, what was it, 2016, was it? 2013! Okay, damn. Alright, that was a great start. I've been having some struggles being creative and just enjoying the process. I've been very end goal targeted lately in terms of creating stuff. The most interesting thing that has happened to me last month was having a piece of art hung in public. The city was calling for applications by local artists to be part of a city beautification project. And it's something that I've wanted to dip my toes in a little bit. I just wanted to have a contact in my local city. I just wanted to be part of something. And I was a little afraid to apply because I don't know how to make public art. In my mind, it sounds like a huge thing. You have to be with like planners, you have to know what you're doing. A lot of the project involve vinyl prints and wraps, which have their own kind of technical requirements, and I don't know how they work. I also assumed that a lot of art needs to be vectorized for enlargements to fit on really large buildings and stuff like that, so it just seemed way over my head. Short of learning how to make mural art, which is way out of my league as well. I don't do like spray paint, like I have no idea how to paint murals, but the call for artists just seemed really basic to me. They were open to people who didn't know how to do this kind of stuff and just wanted to put their name out there as a potential contact, and so that made it a little bit easier for me. And I sent the images that they wanted and laid it out there saying like, look, I do watercolor art. I don't know if that kind of thing translates well into public art and print media. I don't have any experience doing this kind of thing before. I hope that this is okay. And they said, yes, it's totally fine. And that made me feel better. But the real nitty-gritty of it is that they came back to me later and said, I like your art pieces. We would like to purchase a license for your art so that we can print it and post it on this old building. They said if you have a piece that you think might look good with the color scheme, because it was a building that was painted blue already, or they were willing to paint the front of the building at their own cost. They sent me a picture of the window itself. I overlaid some of my pieces onto it to see what looked okay, especially at that aspect ratio, because it would have had to be something that was a skinny landscape format, and it had to be something that I could blow up to like 10 feet wide here. So luckily I had one thing that I thought would actually look okay with that aspect ratio and the blue background, and that was just kind of lucky for me. I also just happened to have a scanner that can do pretty big enlargements. It has a limit, and I honestly didn't think that that limit was gonna be good enough. But I offered to try it, and so I did, and that took me a whole afternoon because my computer was having none of that. I was scanning something at 20,000 pixels tall and almost 30,000 pixels wide, so that took a really long time, and saving it took a really long time, and uploading it took a really long time, and I just pretty much just spent a whole afternoon just sitting there waiting for things to happen because I couldn't focus on anything else. I was just so like stressed about it for some reason. And then within 24 hours that was sent to the printer, proofed, approved, and then they had installed it like the next day. And me and the city worker I was talking to were both very shocked with how fast it was. I mean, I did eliminate the middleman in, like, we otherwise would have had to meet up and go to a print place to get my art professionally scanned to get that large of an image, and the fact that I just happened to have a scanner that could somehow do it, which, by the way, if you wanted to know, it's a Canoscan 8400F. Although that wouldn't really help you because it doesn't work on Windows 8 or higher. I think you'll need a virtual machine to get that to work, which is most of the reason why it took so long to work, but it just happened so fast. It was also the fastest payment from a city-run organization that I've ever had. I got a check in the mail like a week later. It was just wild. And full disclosure, if you really want to know, it was in the ballpark of $1,000, which is totally worth it. I should just stop painting and start licensing. And because it was such a simple process, and because it was so successful, and because it was so fast and like surprisingly simple for everyone involved, I'm now on their list. Going forward, if there are any projects, then they're gonna remember me as being easy to work with and efficient and cost saving, honestly, because they didn't have to paint the building and they didn't have to scan a picture, or meet in public and like go on buses and meet places and take time out of the day. Like, yeah, so like the whole point of this experience is the fact that it's actually not that bad. It's worth it to just put your name out there. But yeah, imposter syndrome, like, I'm really glad that I stuck my neck out for something that I really don't understand. By doing this project, I know that it is actually possible to take a picture of a small piece of art and blow it up 10 times its original size. So lots of things must be possible. And you just kind of gotta practice by doing. I hope that this was motivating to you in some way. And thank you for watching. I make videos like this every Thursday. And let me know in the comments if you have an amazing story where you just volunteered to try something that you haven't tried before and you friggin' aced it. Also, let me know if there was something that you dove into and you didn't ace it, and what you learned from that. I think we learn a lot more from our failures than our successes. So let's help each other out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.